Ohio voters were fooled into thinking marijuana is less harmful than alcohol. It's not. One swallow of alcohol can induce psychotic behaviors, but one swallow of a marijuana edible can, one hit off a potent THC vape can, and 2 hits from a marijuana bong can. Ohio voters were deceived by well-funded lobbyists and campaigns that disguise the effects of this powerful drug. Even though the facts prove marijuana legalization in other states has failed, is a threat to public health and safety, and a racist policy that targets disadvantaged communities, the opponents of marijuana legalization were way underfunded, and this information was not readily available to Ohio voters. It's not a fair fight, but thankfully, members of this committee are the gatekeepers that can lessen the impacts of this marijuana bomb before it's detonated on Ohio families. I appreciate all of you allowing me to speak today and recognize the service you give Ohioans. My name is Aubree Adams. I am director of a nonprofit called Every Brain Matters. Colorado's marijuana destroyed my family, and Ohio's marijuana will destroy Ohio families too. My son became addicted to marijuana, and my husband became addicted to marijuana and had episodes of cannabis psychosis. Psychosis is when a person has a break from reality, and the symptoms are paranoia, hallucinations, or delusions. This cost us everything. We had to sell 2 of our homes to pay, our only 2 homes to pay for our treatment. We have no equity left. My whole family has been traumatized, which will cost us for the rest of our lives. Here are my urgent recommendations to protect Ohio families. I support that the bill doesn't allow home grows because it turns every home into a potential drug house and supports the black market. I ask you to ban all marijuana edibles that look like normal foods. Children are being poisoned across America at astronomical rates. We need to track sales of marijuana from store to store. I testified on HB 1317 in Colorado. That's what fuels the black market. People go store to store to store by the end of the day and buy as much product as they can, and then they traffic it to college campuses and high schools. I ask you to take all flavoring out of marijuana vapes. Sugary flavors mask the foul taste of these products. If they did not contain flavors, people would spit them out because they taste like chemicals drenched with weed. Let's face it, we're not talking about a plant anymore. This new age of, I'm almost done. This new age of industrialized marijuana is not for the faint of heart. Families are no match for the addiction for profit marijuana industry that has gotten away with predatory practices with minimal accountability in other states. Families are not prepared to prevent, manage, or recover from a child who is addicted or psychotic or physically sick from cannabis. That's why I developed Every Brain Matters. It's a community. Our primary mission is to support and advocate for families harmed by industrialized marijuana. I'm available for questions, and I would like to be a service to you and Ohio families. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your testimony. Just a few comments from the chair. I think if we're going to be an elevated society, we have to look at every angle of this, and I think you bring a completely different angle than anyone else here, so I appreciate that. And I do think that this is a subject that you don't hear a lot, so your advocacy is really appreciated. I think that's all I have, so thank you. And if you want, you could write down your ideas in the email and get it to the office, and we'll distribute it through the committee so we can hear your opinions on that. I do feel that this takes away from the movement. This takes away from the legalization of what Ohioans want. They want a safe product. They want the black market destroyed. This has no regulations. You saw Mike, the first guy from Nectar that I was testifying. This has not, we don't even know what's in this. So there could be cancer in here. There could be things that go in your bubbles in your lungs, and these kids could be destroying themselves. So I think maybe not with this because time is limited, with issue 2, and we want to get it as close to what the people want, but I don't think the people
No,
want this.
exactly.
So thank you for your time.
And the vapes that's a weaponized delivery system to provide a potent chemical assault to the brain that addicts. It's addiction economics. So the psychosis comes on strong and hard, and there is arsenic and lead in those products.
And the delta really hasn't been dealt with issue 2, so it's something that the State House is going to have to confront in the
Yeah.
next year,
And
yes.
and it's more than Delta 8. That's why this language that I read to you today is very, very important.
Yeah, get us the language. We'll pass it through the committee and throughout the caucus. Thank you.